When a good woman's trust is betrayed, it's more than just a heartbreak. It's an invisible scar that deeply etches, a silent shift that begins from within. Hi, it's Vernon again. Today, we're talking about what happens when a man hurts a good woman. It's not just the pain she feels in the moment. It's the profound transformation that follows a change that goes far beyond heartbreak. Stay with me, and I'll show you how this transformation unfolds and the incredible strength that emerges from such profound hurt. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Your engagement allows these important conversations to reach those who need them most hearts, in search of understanding and healing. Now, let's begin with the first truth that happens when a man hurts a good woman. Number 1, the pain is real, but it's not permanent. When a man hurts a good woman, the first response is often not anger, but a deep, unsettling disbelief. This isn't the sudden shock of betrayal that comes from something unexpected, like a thunderstorm on a clear day. No, it's something more insidious. It's the slow realization that someone she trusted, someone she believed in with every fiber of her being, could bring such pain into her life. It's a quiet pain, like a wound that bleeds inside the heart, unnoticed by the world but felt every single moment. The betrayal shakes her to the core, and in this moment, she begins to question everything she once knew about love and trust. I remember my sister Karen going through something similar. She was in a relationship for 5 years. At first, it seemed perfect, a bond built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. But over time, small cracks began to appear. At first, they were imperceptible. A distant tone in his voice, a text message left unanswered for hours. But soon, it all came crashing down when she discovered his affair. It felt like a betrayal of everything she had ever believed in. She was devastated. She questioned herself, her worth, and her judgment. Was she not enough? Did she miss the signs? Karen was, and still is, one of the most trusting people I know. She loved deeply and without reservation, believing in the best of people, especially the man she chose. She had always been a caretaker, a nurturer, the kind of woman who would go out of her way to make others feel seen and heard. But when he betrayed her, it felt as though the ground beneath her feet crumbled. The betrayal didn't just break her heart, it threatened the very foundation of her belief in love itself. But this pain, though deep, wasn't permanent. It's often in these darkest moments that the seeds of change are planted. Viktor Frankl, the Austrian neurologist and Holocaust survivor, once said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." And that's exactly what Karen began to do. She didn't fall apart, even though the temptation was there to give in to the despair. Instead, she focused inward, asking herself the tough questions not about what she could have done differently, but about what she was willing to accept moving forward. She began to reclaim her life. Slowly, she started rediscovering her passions, things she had put aside to care for others. She went back to painting, something she had loved in her youth, but had neglected in favor of building a life with him. She took long walks, read books, and most importantly, she reconnected with herself. The pain was still there, but it began to lose its grip on her. As Frankl suggested, she learned to transcend the pain by transforming her relationship with it. She realized that no matter how deep the hurt, she was in control of how she responded to it. And that realization was the first step in her healing. This, I believe, is where many people, especially women, make the mistake of thinking that the pain will consume them forever. They expect it to destroy them. But pain, like love, is something we can learn to transform. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." While this may sound cliché, it's undeniably true in Karen's case. The pain didn't kill her. It became the catalyst for her growth. She rose, stronger and more self-aware than before. And when she did, she found herself standing not in the ruins of her past, but on the path toward a future that she could shape with her own hands. And when Karen realized that she alone had the power to choose how to respond to the pain, that was when the transformation truly began. But this transformation didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't always easy. The healing process, as we all know, is never a straight path. It's more like a wave. There are days when she feels strong, and then there are days when the pain resurfaces. Yet, in those moments, she realized that embracing the imperfection of the healing journey was the most important part of it all. And that brings me to the second truth I want to share with you. The healing process isn't linear. It's a journey filled with challenges, but also profound beauty. Number 2, She Will Street, Art to Understand Her Own Strength. The truth about healing is that it doesn't come in the form we expect. We often think that when we heal from pain, we'll be the same as before, only without the hurt. But that's not how it works. The pain that a good woman endures changes her, not in a way that breaks her, but in a way that allows her to discover her true strength. It's not the strength of shouting or demanding, it's the quiet strength of reclaiming control over her own life. Karen's transformation wasn't about the dramatic decisions that everyone could see, like leaving or confronting him. It wasn't about loud actions, but rather the quieter moments where she began to realize that her worth wasn't tied to someone else's actions. She realized that, just as she had been loyal and giving, she deserved the same in return, and if she couldn't get that, it was time to step away. This quiet strength often goes unnoticed. When a woman starts to heal, she doesn't always make grand gestures. Sometimes, it's as simple as waking up each morning with a renewed sense of self. Sometimes, it's putting boundaries in place, boundaries that she didn't even know she needed before. It's about changing the narrative from, "I need someone to complete me," to, "I am complete, and I choose who I share my life with." And if you've been through a similar experience, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How did you begin to recognize your own strength? Feel free to share your story in the comments below. It could help someone else who's going through something similar. True strength is not measured by how much pain we can endure, but by how we respond to it. It's about taking those moments of vulnerability and turning them into the foundation of something more powerful. This is where many women begin to realize that their real power was inside them all along. They just had to rediscover it. For some, this realization can be unsettling. There's a fear that by growing stronger, they might be alone. But the truth is, this strength doesn't make them more isolated. It makes them more self-sufficient. It helps them set the terms of their own life and relationships. And that is the most freeing feeling of all. And yet, as she steps into this new version of herself, the path is anything but straightforward. The process of healing is rarely simple. It's often messy, unpredictable, and at times even painful. The moments of clarity are followed by moments of doubt, and the progress can feel slow. But here's the truth. Every step, no matter how small, takes her closer to a place of peace and self-awareness. That leads me to the third truth. Healing doesn't follow a neat, predictable timeline. It's full of bumps, setbacks, and unexpected shifts. But in the end, it leads her to a place where she sees herself more clearly, more powerfully than ever before. Number 3. The healing process isn't linear, but it's beautiful. Out of the deepest wounds, the greatest strength is born. Friedrich Nietzsche. In moments of pain, it can feel as though we are caught in an endless storm. The weight of the hurt so overwhelming that we wonder if we'll ever find our way back to ourselves. We often believe that healing should be a swift and linear process, that one day the pain will simply fade away, as if time will magically erase it. But healing, as Nietzsche insightfully suggests, isn't found in the absence of suffering. True strength isn't something that comes when life is smooth and easy. It's in the difficult, challenging moments that we find what we are truly made of. Strength isn't forged in calm seas, but in storms, in the moments when everything seems to be crumbling. Yet we choose to rise, to stand, to rebuild. When Nietzsche speaks of what doesn't kill us, making us stronger, he isn't referring to survival in the physical sense alone. He's talking about the transformation that takes place when we face life's most profound challenges. It's in those dark moments when we feel our weakest that the seeds of strength are planted. Strength isn't something we gain through ease. It's something that grows in the soil of our struggles. Just as a tree grows stronger with every storm it withstands, so too do we, with every trial we endure. Healing is never as simple as getting over it. The pain lingers, ebbs and flows, almost like an unseen tide. There are days when it feels like the pain will consume us, and other days when it feels more manageable. The process is not neat or immediate. It's gradual, like the slow formation of a river cutting through rock, relentless and steady. And while it might seem like the pain is only a shadow that follows us, it is, in fact, the very force that shapes us. We do not heal by running from the pain, but by moving through it, by facing it, acknowledging it, and allowing it to change us from the inside out. True healing, then, is not a return to who we were before the hurt, but a rebirth into someone new, someone stronger. It's through accepting that pain is part of the human experience that we unlock our capacity for growth. As Carl Jung so wisely said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." Our power lies not in the wounds we carry, but in the decision to transform them into wisdom, to use them as stepping stones to a deeper understanding of ourselves. The beauty of healing, then, isn't found in escaping pain, but in embracing it, in allowing ourselves to be shaped by it, to become stronger, more resilient, and more authentic as a result. The power that emerges from this journey doesn't come from perfection. It comes from the courage to remain true to ourselves in the face of adversity, to use the past as a guide, and to create a future built on the strength we've cultivated. Conclusion: the power of rising, how pain shapes our strength. Throughout this journey, we've explored the profound transformation that takes place when a man hurts a good woman. We've seen how the pain, though deep, is not the end of the story, but rather the beginning of something far more powerful. We've learned that healing isn't about erasing the hurt, but about facing it, allowing it to change us, and ultimately using it as a foundation for personal growth. As we've discussed, healing is a process, not a straight line. It's full of ups and downs, moments of doubt, and moments of clarity. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow." When we find meaning in our suffering, when we understand that the pain we endure can help us grow, we find the strength to rise above it. The struggle itself becomes the key to our transformation. True strength doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from choosing to move through it, from using our pain to build resilience, self-worth, and a deeper understanding of who we truly are. And as we step into this new version of ourselves, we start to realize that we are not defined by what happened to us, but by how we choose to respond to it. The pain may never fully go away, but it becomes a part of the story that shapes our strength, our wisdom, and our future. So, as you continue on your own healing journey, remember, the process isn't always smooth, but it's always worth it. And the pain you're experiencing now is not the end, it's a new beginning. If you found value in this message, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights and wisdom. And, as always, feel free to share your own experiences in the comments below, because your story might be the one that helps someone else find the strength to keep going. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching this video.